for a bit of fun, we thought we'd do our ideal order of the Star Wars films. So we'll start with mine, shall we?
Yeah, go for it.
So, Empire Strikes Back, A New Hope, Return of the Jedi, Force Awakens, Revenge of the Sith, Phantom Menace, Rogue One, The Last Jedi, Attack of the Clones, and last, definitely least, Solo.
Yeah.
Thoughts, gentlemen?
So, why is Empire at the top?
Because it's the greatest Star Wars film ever made.
In your opinion?
And it will never be topped.
No, it is.
That's the thing,
Very,
isn't it?
very
I, don't,
good.
I agree. I don't actually think it's going to be topped.
I just feel like it's got... Well, I think it's got every element that a Star Wars film needs to have. Even though it's like the second Star Wars film. It's got the elements there. But for me personally, like... I hate to say speaking as, because I just hate that. But
It just irritates you.
yeah, I just hate it. But speaking as
I'll say it anyway.
a huge Blade Runner fan,
Yeah.
and just in general, the films that I like tend to like. I'm a big fan of that 70s thing for a film, where it's like I prefer things unresolved and or a bleak ending
You don't want all your questions answered.
than a
So
Yeah.
you must be a JJ fan then?
or no, or the it was all a dream. Oh, fuck off.
Yeah.
I hate that. I really do hate that. So for me, Empire's got all right. It's like it's Ford's best movie. It's like his best performance as Han Solo.
Yeah.
He goes out. He comes in a badass and goes out a badass. I think even Princess Leia's way spunkier. Luke properly discovers his Jedi-ness, but he's not there yet. So
That's right, yeah.
it's the gut wrenching reveal. It's his father and the anguish and it's the first time we meet Yoda and we get Lando Calrissian and there's just it's so rich.
You'd have to sell it to me.
No, I know.
Yeah.
But,
You don't.
But to give it, it's just so rich with.
Absolutely.
It's just perfect for me. Obviously, A New Hope as the original film is like untoppable in so many ways, but for me, it just has to be second because
Yeah.
Empire just kind of
Built on it.
pushes all the buttons everywhere.
I think a lot of fans will say Empire's their favourite.
They will.
I totally understand why, but it would be nothing without A New Hope.
That's
No,
right.
totally, yeah.
And I think, imagine you started with the Empire feel in A New Hope. I don't
Yeah.
think people would take to it very well because
No,
it's not
no.
feel good at all.
No. You've got to be introduced to the underdog. You've got to be introduced to the farm boy.
Yeah,
For
you've
the
got to have
whole
that
thing
base
to
layer,
work.
haven't you? For that,
I think-
for the Empire to sit on,
Yeah.
basically.
I think that's why Empire sits so well, because I think Irving Kershner said, the director of Empire Strikes Back, he said he rejected it, didn't he? He said, I can't direct that, don't want to do it. And he said Star Wars was a phenomenal, because that's what it was called back then, it wasn't called A New Hope. Star Wars is a phenomenal hit as a picture. It can't be topped. A second one will only ever be a second one. And I don't know, I'm filling in the gaps here, but I imagine he read the script and was like, this isn't just a Star Wars 2.
Yeah.
This is
A
completely
continuation.
something else.
Yeah, it's
I think Empire was rejected, and some of its early reviews was a bit like, that was a bit dark, and it wasn't anything like A New Hope.
No,
Star Wars, they would have said back then.
Yeah.
Cause
Bit
it
like
just,
episode 8 compared to 7 maybe.
yeah.
But in the 80s, yeah.
Because the thing is, I really
I don't
didn't. I really didn't want a. We're going into my list now, but I really didn't want a Last Jedi to be anything like The Force Awakens. And when I heard that they were going to follow on from each other, I was like, I want it to have a different feel. I mean, I think I wished a bit too much. It's a very different feel.
Yeah, well, it split the fan base, man.
It did. This is the thing. It split between us.
Yeah.
Because I really like
You
it.
really love it.
I don't love it.
Okay.
I definitely don't love it.
You like it.
I like it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, we'll talk about.
I mean, I don't hate it,
Yeah.
but I dislike it.
Yeah. Fair
You
enough.
know, it's
Yeah.
it's got its moments, but
it's a lot to hate a movie.
oh yeah. I mean, I only reserve that word for specific things.
Truly hated things.
I must say as well though, like going back to my list, that
Paddy's
like
list.
some of these were almost, the order was almost like it was just very close to being
So,
different.
Can you talk about that? So,
Mm.
Return of the Jedi and The Force Awakens are very close to each other in your list.
Yeah. So I almost thought about swapping them around.
All right.
Yeah, you actually said to me when we went to see The Force Awakens at the cinema before it started. I don't know if you remember saying this.
Right.
He said, "I'm calling it. This is going to be better than Return of the Jedi."
Oh really?
Really?
You
Yeah.
did.
Right. Yeah.
Do you remember saying that?
Yeah, I do remember that now. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, and do you know?
And you're still toying with it, aren't you?
Do you know why? To a certain extent, like the only reason I wouldn't be able to do it, I think, is just because of, you know, it's the end of the Vader arc and Luke's triumph. Well, we're not calling it a triumph, are we? Really, it is what it is. His father's dead, but you know he's destroyed the dark side for now.
For now, yeah.
Victory, not victory, you say. But one thing I've always said to you is that it's like I very rarely will be critical of Harrison, but I've always felt that in Return of the Jedi is a little bit punching the clock.
I don't think you can blame Harrison for that, can you?
And I don't think it's his fault. He said to Lucas, like, let's, you know, he's got no mama, he's got no papa, he's got no future. Let's kill him off.
Yeah.
Was that Kasdan?
No, Ford said that.
Oh, right, yeah.
He said he's got no mama, papa, no future. Let's kill him off. He has to sacrifice himself for his friends and give the character some weight.
Yeah.
Like, let's do something in the final chapter to.
Yeah.
And Lucas was like, I've got toys to sell. You know, he didn't say that, but like that's kind of what Ford says to take the piss. You know?
But it's funny you should say that. That's what Gareth Edwards, who did Rogue One, director of Rogue One, said about we can't kill off everybody.
Yeah.
Because you got toys to sell. It's
Yeah,
Disney.
Yeah.
It was actually Kathleen Kennedy who's, I think in the original version, Cassian and Jyn survived at the end.
Right.
And she was like, surely they all die. And
Oh, that was Kathleen Kennedy.
That was Kathleen Kennedy who said that.
Okay.
Sure, they should all die. Which is a very un-Disney move.
Yeah.
My friend Tom, who before every film starts, he says, spoiler alert, everyone dies. And this time, I'd already seen Rogue One. We went to see a press screening, didn't we?
Yeah.
And then when the film came out, I went to see it with my friend Tom, and he did his ritualistic thing where before we see the film, he goes, I know what happens, everyone dies. And in my head I was like, yeah, everyone dies. The first time Tom's been right up front.
Yeah.
Hi Tom.
Yeah. So the reason it was nearly the other way around was because I just think like Ford really knocked it out of the park in Force Awakens, and
Oh wow, yeah.
you know,
I think it
was a superior performance to Return of the Jedi.
in every single way.
Yeah.
But again, I don't blame that on Harrison.
No,
in the
no,
same way that I
not at all.
don't blame Hayden Christensen really for his Anakin portrayal.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, George is in charge. He's the director. He wrote that dialogue,
Yeah.
etc. I still like. I mean, I'm assuming you're the same. I still like Han Solo in Return of the Jedi, but it's a little bit limp after his Empire and A New Hope. Isn't
It's just a bit flat.
So are you are sticking?
And it he's a little bit dumbed down, I feel, as well.
Okay, yeah, he's always subservient to Luke and Leia.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He just feels a bit like they've dummied him up a bit. They've joeyed him a bit.
Great analogy.
You know.
Yeah.
So that's the way I feel about that. But
Bit of a stooge.
so that was quite close.
Yeah.
And then Revenge of the Sith, obviously, I think is the strongest of the prequels.
Sure.
But again, going into the order, I think the reason why I think that is because I know from a personal point of view, again, because of the Ford thing, is I know that I would reach for Force Awakens over Revenge of the Sith. Just sit down and watch a Star Wars movie more so.
Yeah.
That's the thing, because he's a big deal.
Because you want to see your favourite character.
Yeah.
And he is that movie.
Well, he's not, Han for you is not just your favourite character, he's played by your idol.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not just your favourite actor, it's an idol.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
I can see why you're getting that Jedi Force Awakens conflict, but I think from what you said before,
Yeah.
don't let me speak for you, if you put your Star Wars hat on,
Exactly, that's
Jedi's
what it
at the
is.
top.
Yeah, that's
If
what
you
it is.
put your Han Solo hat on, it's going
It's
to
just
be...
hands down, it's Force Awakens.
Yeah.
So,
I
yeah.
sense the conflict.
Yeah, so, and again, Revenge of the Sith is the strongest. I think I've actually put... I was very close to putting Rogue One above The Phantom Menace,
Okay.
but I kept Phantom Menace where it is because from a nostalgia perspective, despite what I kind of think of it now, I can still maybe to a certain extent I think maybe just because I've seen it so many times as well.
Yeah.
I mean, I've seen the Phantom Menace more than any of the prequels. Like,
Sure.
I know it backwards.
Yeah, yeah.
So from a nostalgia point of view, I could probably even still throw the Phantom Menace off and just chat along with it, just still enjoy it as a flick. So
I mean,
I had to keep it there, I think.
yeah, the Phantom Menace, I thought it was, when Attack of the Clones and Revenge of the Sith come out, I thought it was the weakest.
Yeah.
But I think Phantom Menace has aged the best.
Yeah.
I when it came out in 3D in the theatres again, was it
Yeah.
2011 or 12?
12,
Something
I think.
like
Yeah.
I went to see it
And then
twice.
none of the others came.
No, because
Yeah.
that sale happened and all that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a shame, really. We
It
didn't
is.
get that.
Yeah.
There was barely anyone in the theatre, but
Was there?
I was loving it. I was like, I like this movie.
Oh, I went along. Yeah.
Um,
I
I
didn't go
was
to
I was
that
at the
one,
perfect age for the Phantom Menace. So I would have been about 12 or 13 years
Mhm.
old. So I loved it. I couldn't wait to see it again. I remember buzzing.
Yeah.
Um,
So
yeah.
there you go. Rogue One, no doubt, was Last Jedi because we've got loads of Vader and
Not loads of Vader, but the Vader that's in there is very good.
Well,
Yeah.
enough Vader. Enough.
There wasn't enough Vader.
No,
What are you
there
talking about?
All right, let's. It's Andy's favourite character. Do you know? Can you tell?
Yeah.
We got some Vader.
I genuinely thought he was just going to be 10 seconds at the end, so he got way more than I was expecting.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
it was good.
Yeah, it was good. Again, though, I found myself sticking it on and kind of getting halfway through and losing interest a couple of times.
Yeah.
So I don't know what it is about Rogue One, but that
I've heard-
just seems to happen.
I've heard that from people, that the final act is, you can't deny it's pretty incredible.
Yeah, yeah,
The beginning's a slow burner.
yeah.
I really liked the slow burner.
Yeah, me too.
I love a
expecting
slow
to be-
burner, but
I was expecting to be bombarded
Mm.
like the ending was.
I mean, that's
think
what's
it was
kind of cool
well
about it,
done.
because like you
Yeah.
say, it's a very bleak because they all die. It's kind of like a western, really.
Okay, well, that's more in the flavour of the original
The
Star
Saturday
Wars.
night,
Yeah,
the Saturday
yeah,
morning
yeah.
musical
Serials.
serials.
Yeah, yeah.
So there you go. I did actually put Last Jedi above Attack of the Clones because, like I
Okay.
said to you, I've always intimated for years that Attack of the Clones is the worst Star Wars movie
Yeah.
until I saw Solo.
Uh,
So
Ron-
that's now officially the
Ron
worst.
Howard's like, hold my beer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He thought Attack of the Clones was the worst Star Wars ever. Hold my beer.
Yeah. Hold my beer. But no matter what my thoughts are on The Last Jedi, it looks gorgeous.
I think, I was reading a review of this.
No
the
matter
other day.
what.
Oh, you can't deny
It's
that
a
it's.
stunning looking film.
Yeah.
I think
yeah.
it's the best looking Star Wars movie.
So,
Yeah.
Attack of the Clones
Very.
looks
There's some shots in there that are just mind blowing.
aged like shit. I mean, I think it's a weak movie anyway, but
Attack of the Clones.
it's aged not well at all.
No.
It was the beginning of that crossover series. The thing is with Phantom Menace is a lot
Yeah.
of people forget how many models. were
Yeah,
made.
there's a lot of
Mm.
Was it
miniatures.
did
Puppet
they-
Yoda.
Yeah, puppet. People rejected that puppet. It was a bit too green, wasn't it?
Yeah, yeah.
They just
bit
made him
brighter.
to look too young.
Yeah. But they said at the last hour celebration on the Phantom Menace panel for the anniversary that there were more models, school models,
Yeah,
miniatures,
yeah.
created for the Phantom Menace than the entire original trilogy.
Yeah,
Is that
crazy.
right?
That's true.
And
isn't
everybody
it?
thinks it's entirely CGI, don't
They
they?
use CGI to embed that and I think the Phantom. That's why I said the Phantom Menace has aged quite well.
Yeah.
When I saw it back up on the big screen, I was like, "This looks great."
Yeah.
It's shot on film. It wasn't digital.
Yeah.
Attack of the Clones was the first digitally shot movie, and I think it's aged and suffered to the point where
Because they cannot get it above 2K now.
that's right.
Is
yeah,
that right?
So it was shot in 2K, just below 2K or 2K bang on. So that the Revenge of the Sith and Attack of the Clones are stuck at that resolution, whereas 1977 A New Hope can be maybe beyond 4K, but definitely 4K, which is amazing.
That is amazing, isn't it?
The newer films
Suffer.
not future-proofed.
Yeah.
So Lucas shot himself in the foot. Ryan Johnson actually received a huge documentation from I don't know if it's director of photography, who challenged Ryan Johnson and said, we have to shoot digitally, and he just said no, on film every time. And he created this huge document saying why we should be shooting this digitally.
Okay.
And Ryan Johnson, even at that point, said, this is one of the most compelling things I've ever read, but I'm still going to shoot The Last Jedi in film. And I'm so glad he did.
Yeah, because it looks great.
I can't imagine how ungritty the Battle of Crate would look in digital. It just wouldn't have that. Well, grit
Too
is the
clean.
best. Too clean, yeah. Well, it aged and it looked like Attack of the Clones.
Yeah.
So there you go.
Again, I went to see Attack of the Clones 7 times when it came out.
Did you?
I loved it.
Yeah.
I was only like 14.
I loved it at the time, but
Yeah, I mean, I still don't mind it now. Really, I mean, I can
Yeah.
still bang it on and watch it.
This is the thing. I can watch them all.
Same.
Wars.
Yeah. They've all got the good bits and the not so good bits, and
so we don't need to talk about the last one anyway. So Matt's list, yeah, let's get into that.
my list, yes. So at number 1 is A New Hope, because that's where it all started.
Where it all started.
Yeah, and that's the only reason, really. The fact that it's a really enjoyable movie is up there, obviously, but without A New Hope, you won't have anything else.
That's
True.
right.
You know.
You've actually gone original trilogy order for your favourite 3.
Yeah. Well, obviously, Empire Strikes Back next, because that's just an awesome movie. I mean, you've gone through it all already. Why it's so good. Return of the Jedi, because it follows on from that.
What's your favourite thing about Empire Strikes Back, though? Before we move on.
How long have you got?
Yeah,
It's one
well,
of them,
exactly.
isn't it?
Yeah,
Just
yeah.
one. You just got to pick one.
Just one thing. Oh, jeez. I think the overall tone
Yeah.
of the movie.
Yeah.
You know, that is it for me. It's the tone of it. It's darker than A New Hope.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
not just a bit darker, it's a lot.
well, it's a lot
isn't
darker.
it?
It's a lot darker.
Straight away.
Yeah.
big
I mean, you've got the big reveal in there. You've got Luke loses a hand in there. I mean, it's a massive.
Obi-Wan style.
Yeah. I mean,
Disarm.
it's really compared to A New Hope, it's a huge difference.
Yeah, it is.
You know, and it would have shocked audiences back then, I think.
Yeah.
You know, I'm too young to know, but yeah.
See, some people who like The Last Jedi have said, oh, these people who don't like The Last Jedi will be looking back on the way we look at Empire now, and I'm like, I like The Last Jedi, but I don't think that's true at all.
No.
I don't think people are going to be looking back at it saying, oh yeah, I was wrong when I watched it. Because you loved Empire when you first saw it, didn't you? Yeah. Was that your first experience in the theatre for Star Wars?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was, wasn't it?
Yeah. I remember all the kids were singing the theme in the theatre.
The Star Wars theme, or
Yeah.
Vader.
Yeah, the Star Wars theme. At the beginning, when the Crawl Canal came on, all the kids were... unless in maybe retrospectively it was just me singing along to it. I don't know. But I feel like all the kids were singing it in the theatre.
Where did you watch it? The Roxy?
I don't know if it was the Roxy or we went to like Rochdale or Ashton or...
Alright.
I can't specifically remember the theatre, but I know that my dad took me and I saw Empire in the cinema.
Right.
What was the theatre in Ashton back then? I don't think I ever went.
Don't know. Don't even know.
Like a independent one, like...
Maybe,
Roxy.
yeah, I think so. Because I feel like I saw Superman 3 there as well.
Right, okay.
The same place. But I remember specifically going seeing like. I think my first cinema experience was like Bambi
Oh yeah.
Sure.
Yeah, I've got
But-
vague memories of Bambi.
at the Oldham Cinema. There used to be an Oldham Cinema
Yeah,
before.
yeah.
I think the first thing was Bambi and stuff, something like Herbie Goes Bananas, and then obviously later on I remember watching like Temple of Doom and
Sure.
stuff like that. there,
Right.
But yeah,
I think you saw a lot more than me as a kid. I think the earliest memory I've got at the cinema is watching Ghostbusters,
I remember that. Yeah.
which would have been what 1985, four. So it's only the year after Return of the Jedi.
Yeah. Yeah, I've got no real specific memory of seeing Jedi at the cinema.
No.
I must have done,
Oh yeah.
but it doesn't stick out,
No.
whereas Empire does.
My
Right.
first film in the cinema was at the Roxy in 1993. So I was 6 years old.
Yeah.
My sister took me to see a 6-year-old should not see this film, Jurassic Park.
Oh,
Really? Oh,
right.
Now that is a film to experience. If your first cinema experience is Jurassic Park, it terrified and wondered me at the same time.
Yeah. I remember
Incredible.
queuing up outside the Roxy for the first screening of Jurassic
Oh,
Park.
I don't think I saw the first screening.
Yeah,
I
Such
remember
You know,
a
it-
shit
like
hot-
the
a shit
preview.
hot year for films, that.
it was.
93.
Take Jurassic
93.
Park. So, I mean,
Well,
it's,
you know John Williams, back on John Williams.
Yeah.
He lost at the Oscars to himself.
did he?
He was nominated for Schindler's List and
Oh,
Jurassic Park.
right.
Yeah.
Schindler's List got the Oscar. Now, personally for me, Jurassic Park should have won the best Oscar score, but it wasn't connected to the film that won the best Oscar.
Okay.
Yeah, sure.
Obviously, Schindler's List was a better film, but I
Yeah.
think score-wise, I think Jurassic Park is unbelievably underrated compared to.
Oh, it's
Yeah,
great. Yeah.
yeah. Well, everybody will be able to tell you what the main theme tune is to Jurassic Park, but Schindler's List, not so much.
Yeah.
But yeah, Jurassic Park, Schindler's List, The Fugitive,
I didn't know The Fugitive from '93.
Fugitive.
Oh,
I thought it was before that.
Maybe even The Bodyguard, or the one. I think that was the big
92.
Costa movie. Was that 92?
No, I do like that film.
There was a lot of huge movies. Wolf, Jack Nicholson.
Right.
No,
That
yeah.
was another one. There was a lot of huge movies came out that year.
Big,
I just
yeah.
remember being at the cinema a lot in 93.
Yeah.
It was a really good year for film. Shame they never did a Star Wars film in 93. We could have had the second. We may have had the third best Star Wars film.
Well,
in
maybe.
93, you know?
Yeah. Well, it's because of Jurassic Park that Lucas got his idea to do the next Star Wars movies. Because he saw
Yeah,
the special
oh, right.
effects, didn't he? And he
Ah.
thought,
He said to Spielberg,
My
it's
dreams.
it's up to scratch now.
yeah,
I'm ready to do the prequels.
yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh no, that's not true. I'm ready to do the special editions.
Oh,
yes.
Right.
I keep forgetting the 97.
And then Spielberg had a crack at that and never did it again. Remember?
What did he do?
He went back and fiddled with E.T. And then, and then
The way you
regret-
say it is.
Yeah, but the difference between
not like the picture of him and Michael Jackson.
the difference between Spielberg and Lucas is Spielberg said, somebody asked him, the press asked him, why have you released E.T. special edition and you've put the original version in there as well?
yeah.
And he said, because I don't want to, I'm paraphrasing, trample over everyone's memories of that film.
Yeah, right.
And I'm like, I wish George Lucas saw it that way.
Yeah.
And releases. Well, we were talking about this earlier, weren't we? That Gareth Edwards has confirmed there's a 4K original Star Wars at Lucasfilm. It's been done.
Right.
There is
What?
A New Hope. certainly.
Unspecialised, sort of.
upscale to 4K.
Yeah,
Cut,
but not with all the added CGI.
I
and
think
stuff.
it is the original cut.
Okay. That'll be all.
Gareth isn't quite clear on what that is, but he keeps referring to it as Star Wars, which makes me think it's the original 77 cut
Yeah,
in
right.
4K, not the Blu-ray version. Which I think that would be very easy to release in 4K, but the original, because Lucas said that those have been destroyed, all those, the actual reel-to-reel, and they haven't been backed up. And he said they were destroyed when we did the special editions, but it's like, but you did have to transfer them to a digital version to create the special edition.
Mm.
So if you're telling me that someone
Yeah,
deleted
they recomposited all the elements.
that's right.
So, original prints of the.
He's contradicting him. I think Red Letter Media talk about this on one of their shows, and he's
Original prints would still be around.
Yeah.
absolutely. And he's saying that they're not around anymore.
Why? Why?
So people don't follow that down that line of wanting to have him, probably.
Yeah, he hates that cut of the film. He says it's wrong. It's not complete. It's not even close to his vision.
Oh well, I mean,
I understand his.
it's his baby, innit? I suppose.
It is his, yeah. Well, I mean, we never got us. People say we never got a special edition of the prequels. I'm like, you kind of did on the Blu-rays. There's a few tweaks here and there.
Yeah, that's true.
Blinking Ewoks.
Oh yeah,
Television.
yeah,
It
yeah.
was a great
Yeah.
edition,
Yeah, we needed that.
yeah. We did. We never would have survived without that.
What is
Well,
it?
we
That
did.
Anakin without the eyebrows.
That's right, yeah. Sebastian Shaw.
Yeah.
So Return of the Jedi, Sith.
Yeah, Sith following Return of the Jedi because it's just the best of the prequels, isn't it? You know, you can't no denying it. And
It was a big deal when that came
it's
out.
the Vader
Yeah.
being created, if you like. Yeah, the lightsaber battles.
Yeah.
It's just a really good movie. I can watch that over and over.
I don't know if you know this, but the I went back to the teaser and theatrical trailers for Revenge of the Sith, and you see him in the suit, Vader, in every scene is in the trailer. So where he's rising up on the table, and you see him fold his arms on the bridge of the Star Destroyer, that was all in both trailers. I'm like, you should kind of kept that, but I think they
make it look there was more Vader in the film.
they capitalised on the brand of Vader. He was
Right.
everywhere on the packaging for everything. He was all over the posters. Remember a huge one with his hand saying "Rise, Lord Vader,"
Yeah.
and he was the biggest marketing tool of the film. But for me, that's a bit naughty. He's barely in it. It'd be like using Mark Hamill for The Force Awakens over everything. Luke Skywalker, and he's barely in it. Spoiler alert: Luke's not really in The Force Awakens. If you haven't seen it. But it's just the same kind of effect, and I thought he went a bit overboard with Vader. However, I was totally just drawn
I
in.
love the fact that I've seen a few, like, fairly complete signed posters of The Force Awakens.
Yeah. Barely any
Where
Mark
where
Hamill.
Hamill has written Mark Hamill, not pictured.
Really?
Yeah, he writes that. He's written that on a few.
Oh, the theatrical poster, not the teaser.
Yeah.
Not pitched.
With an arrow, not pictured. So good.
Do you know what?
Not as good as those cards he did. Have you seen those that came out? Like, I don't think he'll ever do that kind of thing again. But it was
What
like,
was that?
you know, for a good time, call Luke and all.
Oh yeah, they were funny.
You know.
I think I love Mark Hamill. I think he's hilarious.
Yeah, he's got a good sense of humour.
He's the only reason I have Twitter.
Yeah.
Just so I can see his tweets. I think he's fantastic. I can listen to him. I keep listening to his celebration talks. Like the ones that he does.
they're brilliant.
And his Oxford Union talk and his
yes.
Cambridge one. I've caned him. I think he's brilliant.
Yeah.
he
I
is.
just
He's
sit
great.
and listen to him for hours.
He's so honest.
Yeah.
You know, he's down to earth. Yeah, he's got none of this sort of movie hierarchy sort of attitude. You know.
No.
Well, he says on a news show at the minute, it might be Kimmel or something else, and he says, "Can you read?" Somebody says, "Can you say that?" And he goes, "What?" Hamill just goes, "What are they gonna do? Fire me?"
Yeah.
And I'm like, "Yeah, he's Luke Skywalker. What are they gonna
Exactly.
do? What's the worst they can do to him? Kill him off in The Last Jedi?"
Well, yeah.
He didn't die, as you said, as Hamill said. He went to a nudist planet.
That's right. Yeah, because the hand didn't drop, did it? You
Yeah,
know?
so he's just on a nudist planet.
Yeah.
It was actually Hamill who said that.
Yeah.
Right, so we've had Revenge of the Sith.
Yeah, then followed by Rogue One because I just love that movie. Yeah, it's not a saga movie, but it connects to A New Hope.
Did you like it quite quickly? Like when you first saw it, it was just like that. Your opinion hasn't changed.
Pretty much.
You loved it straight away.
Yeah.
I remember like thinking, because me and Paddy were looking. Paddy won tickets to a press screening. We saw it 2 days before release, or was it 3? 2 or 3 days.
2 or 3 days, yeah.
And you were very gracious enough to take me.
Yeah.
And
I won that signed Gareth Edwards.
That's right.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
Oh,
Because
nice.
Paddy did the best Chewbacca in the room.
Yeah.
It's true.
Can you give us a...
Mike Toolan that gave it me
You
as
knew
well.
the presenter, didn't you?
Yeah, Mike
really?
Toolan from when I was at
Yeah,
Q103, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And it's like one of those Disney... we still don't know how that bubble got cracked, do we?
Oh yeah.
The bubble got cracked somehow in the house.
All
Nobody
right.
admitted to it, but anyway, it's one of those small packs of like the miniature Disney figures of all the characters in Rogue One.
Oh yeah.
And it's like a bubble, and the top's signed by Gareth Edwards.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
But
I thought
somehow the bubble got two cracks down the
Split.
side.
Okay.
Nobody knows how.
I thought it was all the cast that signed it because I was buzzing for you, and it was just when we went outside, it was just Gareth Edwards.
Yeah, and I was like, I'm good with that.
Well, we took Prince down, didn't we? Thinking the cast were going to be there. They were at all the other screenings, but ours.
Oh.
Yeah, I got loads. I've still got loads of prints of stuff for them to get. Yeah. Not got one Rogue One signature apart from him, actually.
From Gareth, yeah.
Yeah, because I've not done.
No, but they're not really on the scene much. Them actors.
They're around a bit, but I've just not done anything but OT. I made a promise to myself, didn't I? I was like, I'm just doing OT.
Yeah.
I've not even touched the
Sequels or prequels.
No.
Yeah.
As much as I'd like a Harrison Ford on any of those films. I've not even got a Harrison Ford.
Anything.
Han Solo.
Not Han Solo, no.
I've got Blade Runner in India.
Deckard.
No Star Wars because they're the most expensive. So,
Yeah.
So Force Awakens is quite low down there.
The Force Awakens is. I mean,
Below Attack of the
this
Clones.
list can change depending on the day. I think But
that's the thing, isn't it? It's my list has changed over the years.
Yeah.
Only tweaking a bit here and
Yeah.
there.
So following Rogue One,
Mm.
Phantom Menace.
Sure.
I really like that movie. I mean, I don't know why. It's just when I'm in that mood, I just put it on, and
Is that a nostalgia thing? Do you think?
it may well be. I don't know. It's just I love Darth Maul.
I was going to say Maul is a big selling point with the Phantom Menace.
Yeah.
For me, it was my memory is Maul and the pod race.
Yeah.
I thought the pod race was incredible.
Yeah.
It still looks incredible to me.
It does.
It
Apart
does.
from the forced in shots for the DVD release, I don't even know about this. A lot of people have forgot the original cut of the Phantom Menace, but you can't get it on DVD or Blu-ray.
All right.
It's got like these added CG versions, like Anakin's pod racer. Sorry, I'm looking at the back of the album cover. It's got the pod racers on it. Anakin's pod is practical through most of the shots. It looks great, but there's a few scenes that have been put in after the DVD release that are just
digital,
completely CG, and it doesn't blend well at all.
Looks jarring.
So the theatrical foot cut of the Phantom Menace, I think, is incredible.
Is that all the bit where he's like? I feel like there was. Yeah, it's longer in it.
Yeah.
But there's the bit where he's like pulling the bit back of his speeder back towards.
So that's the deleted scene. He spirals out of control, doesn't he?
Yeah.
So that's a deleted scene, but Lucas put some of those deleted scenes back into the cut of the film.
Yeah.
Right.
It's the bit before all that.
Okay.
I think it's lap 1 of the pod race.
I'll have to
Right,
rewatch.
All of a sudden, you just see this bad CG pop up, and I'm like, that's such a shame. Because that's the one thing I thought was it's still aged well about the Phantom Menace. Is the pod race looks, and more importantly to me, sounds incredible.
Oh,
Yeah.
sonically,
Yeah.
The Suburba.
Yes.
Yeah.
Still gives me the
Ben Burt knocked it out
The
of the park on
chills.
that one.
Yeah, no,
just a bit. Yeah.
It's great.
There's no music for most of the pod race as well.
Yeah.
All sound design takes over, and it's a lot of fun actually.
Yeah.
It's a bit like in Attack of the Clones. The music drops for the seismic charges in the asteroid field.
Just give it that effects. Yeah.
Because that's all scored that. And then Ben Burt said, no, this is an audio black hole, so there can't be music. Because I love it when you actually see the big seismic charge start. You see it, but you don't
Before you
actually
get the
hear
sound.
it.
Yeah.
It's a bit like watching Thunderstorm from far away.
Yeah,
You see it and you're like, oh. And then a few
Is that it?
seconds later.
Yeah. Boom.
Yeah.
But then it just goes, blam.
Yeah.
That's my favourite non-normal Star Wars sound. So
Yeah.
obviously I love Vader's breathing, the lightsaber, all that. But that seismic charge.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
awesome.
Yeah.
That in the theatre was just like, I think that's one of the reasons I went back 7 times.
Yeah.
The seismic
Oh,
charges.
I mean, I like on my list under the Phantom Menace is Attack of the Clones.
Yeah.
For that reason,
Jango Fett.
Jango Fett, Obi-Wan battle.
Saw Slave 1 in proper action.
Yeah.
It was cool.
Yeah. The arena. right? You know, yeah, I don't know.
I don't like the arena. But anyway.
Yeah,
This is
fair
yours.
enough. Yeah, it's my list. Shut up.
I
Yeah,
am,
I don't know.
I'm with Paddy on that. I'm
Ag-
very surprised how low The Force Awakens is.
Yeah. So am I actually now looking at it.
Don't make you have to make excuses for it.
Yeah, no.
No.
It's how you feel about it.
The Force Awakens could actually go up a bit. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, if I was
It's not that
to
sad.
do this list again, I'd probably put The Force Awakens between Rogue One and The Phantom Menace.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right. That's where I would have thought when you were messaging me. That's where I thought it would come in.
Yeah.
So I'm not saying you dislike it, but is it the similarities to A New Hope? Because that's what a lot of people say.
No, I mean, no, it's not. It's not.
Yeah.
I probably have made a bit of a mistake here.
Okay.
Not
Like you said,
it would be up there actually. Yeah.
depends what day it is.
It does. It
Yeah.
does. And
is,
and
it
like
is.
yourself, I like them all.
It's the Mary Sue.
Apart from The Last Jedi.
Where
but,
are you bit, innit?
But I mean that can change. I'm a reasonable person, and I can change my mind.
Of course.
You know.
My list will probably change.
Yeah.
Next time.
Once Episode 9 comes out, it might completely change my mind
Yeah,
about The Last Jedi.
That's what we were talking about before.
Reconfigure the order.
I
Yeah.
hope it kind of does change how we see the other movies for the better.
Yeah,
Obviously,
yeah,
not for the
yeah,
worse.
yeah. You know, I like get some decent sort of explanations and backgrounds to why certain characters were
Yeah,
like they were
Yeah, for
in that
sure,
movie. So Last Jedi is the last one. Above that is Solo, which it's one of those movies that I could take it or leave it. I can put it on as an adventure film, but it's a bit of an outsider Star Wars movie for me.
Yeah.
You know.
I think it's the most out there of all the Star Wars movies in terms of feel. It's not like the other Star Wars films at all.
No.
But at the same time, Ron Howard says he feels like it's very A New Hope.
Really?
Whereas I don't feel it like that.
No.
Paddy
No.
completely obviously disagrees. I don't see it like that at all. I mean, I don't want to take over your list, Matt, but
See, the way the movie starts, and the fact that Ron Howard's been involved, it could have been. It could almost have been American Graffiti.
okay.
You know,
Yeah.
Han Solo in American Graffiti.
Yeah.
Ron Howard was in American Graffiti.
He was,
Exactly.
yeah.
So, you know, it could have been more of those, like, it could have been hot rod racing,
Yeah.
you know?
Well, that's what I got.
And, like,
the feeling.
more of, like, Han Solo hanging around with his, like,
Love interest.
his 50s teenage
Mm.
buddies and racing and...
Yeah.
I mean, it probably would have been a boring movie, but...
It's a bleak story straight away, isn't it, for Han?
Yeah, so it's like... Anyway,
Yeah.
we don't need to unpack that piece of shit.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's got its moments, but the droid really annoys me.
The end.
L3.
Yeah.
Yeah. I actually thought that was Gwendolyn Christie, who plays Captain Phasma.
Oh,
The
yeah.
voice is so similar, but it's not. It's
No.
a different actor.
Yeah.
It sounds so much like Gwendolyn Christie, though.
It does, yeah.
It's whole droid rights thing and whatnot. I
I
mean,
kind of like that scene where all the droids are just like, not her, but the stupid ones who are just a bit like, just like trying to escape and stuff, and one of them's like just bashing like a computer or something for no reason. I'm like, I kind of like this. Droid wars.
quite
Mm.
humorous, I
Yeah,
suppose. Yeah.
It's a silly scene, but it becomes very serious quickly.
Mm.
Yeah.
Wookiees are being freed and stuff, and like I said, I'm getting into my list now, but I like. So, Andy's list. So mine's the same as yours, Paddy. For the first three.
Yeah.
So the Empire Strikes Back. So you were asking Matt before about what's his favourite aspects of the film.
Mm.
I can only take one thing from the film, that why I love it so much. It's Darth Vader.
Yeah.
If you like Darth Vader, Empire's your film.
Yeah.
I think it's almost as much as his film as it is Luke Skywalker's, and then they come together. They have their own arcs, and they come together at the end. It's just, it's perfection. It's just, I love it so much. It's, while we're on it, I actually think it's the best score of all the movies. and I don't really have to think about that just for the Imperial March alone.
Yeah.
Battle of Hoth.
Yeah.
Han and Leia. Yoda's theme. Some of the best versions of the Force theme, in my opinion, are in Empire. When Luke's hanging off the weather vane on Bespin and he contacts Leia, goosebumps.
Oh yeah.
And then you've got Han and Leia's theme. It's just an amazing score, amazing movie. That's the thing with film music. I find if the movie is not very good, the composer don't really react to it very well. I think the better the movie, the better the score.
Yeah.
I think that's it. Kind of with my list. It kind of works like that in a way. But again, Empire won't be much without A New Hope, which I've put second.
Yeah.
A New Hope, just like Matt and you were saying, obvious reasons. It's just a lot of fun.
Yeah.
If anything, of all the Star Wars films, it's kind of, I think that's the perfect Star Wars film. Like pace, editing, tone, etc.
Yeah.
Which we're now being told that Star Wars was saved in editing the original movie.
Yeah.
And it is so well edited.
Yeah.
It does. I mean, if they were saying there was bad problems and it was saved in editing, whoever edited it did is it Paul Hirsch? Is he called?
Yeah, I think
Something
I can't remember
like
the name of the dude.
Forgive me, people might be screaming at the screens.
Did George Lucas's wife have something to do with
Marsha
that?
Lucas was brought in, I think, at the beginning, and then she kind of stopped.
Right.
I'm not sure why, because they didn't break up or anything.
No.
Star Wars, but he did end up getting some guy called Paul something. I think it's Paul Hirsch.
Yeah.
And
because they went back into the footage and it was like you were literally heading up to the
camera flash,
final frame before the camera flash and stuff,
and the rocking back and forth.
The Tauntaun.
Yeah.
That's right. The Sand, not Tauntaun.
Sand people. Tusken Raider.
Tusken Raider, not Tauntaun. Sorry, I've got my Empire Strikes Back head on. So after that, Return of the Jedi, over the Force Awakens. So I'm a little bit like you, Paddy. I struggled with these, but again, I put my Star Wars hat on. Who do I love? Darth Vader.
Yeah, so you've got to go.
And I love the Emperor.
Yeah.
I mean, if you love the Emperor, Return of the Jedi is right up there.
Yeah.
So that's an easy one. The Force Awakens.
Palpy's best thing.
I loved it when I saw it, and I still love it to this day. And it doesn't matter how many times I watch it, I love it. And I think the reason for me is why it follows on to The Last Jedi. Why I like The Last Jedi. I love Kylo Ren. I think I'm sorry, but I know he killed your boy.
He did kill my boy.
And you're never gonna forgive him.
No.
In fact, I said to Paddy earlier, Matt, I said if Kylo Ren was a double agent and Han Solo said to him, "You've got to kill me," you know, when it cuts away, so that it looks convincing that you're a double agent. I said to Paddy, "Would you forgive him then?"
Nope.
Didn't even have to think about it. Doesn't matter.
Nope.
It's like, no, you should. If he told you to kill him, you shouldn't have done it.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Nope.
So I loved Kylo Ren because he's in the very first scene. He descends in his ship and he's like, "Look." His first line is, "Look how old you come."
Yeah.
I was like, I love this guy already.
Yeah.
And even when he took the mask off, he stopped being Vader for a second, and we didn't get that in the original trilogy until Jedi. I mean, we saw the back of Vader's helmet, but with Kylo, it was straight to the character.
That's right. That's true.
I just I think Adam Driver is, in terms of the Last Jedi and the Force Awakens, it steals most people's performances in terms of acting. Obviously, Harrison Ford's incredible, and talking about the new cast.
Yeah, sure.
I think Adam Driver steals the show. Like, not just a little bit. For me, he towers everyone. I think he's a great character.
Yeah, it's very, very intense.
I think Kasdan said that was the most interesting part for him as a writer. He loved Kylo Ren. And then when they cast Adam Driver, he was like so excited, as I am now after watching it.
That's cool.
And I think for me, that's why I like The Last Jedi so much more than most of the Star Wars fans I'm speaking to do. It's because I do really like Kylo Ren. And I do like Rey. I know that, you know, there's the Mary Sue argument that she's super powerful and stuff, but so was Luke Skywalker. I know he didn't really have much training with Yoda, and he beat Darth Vader.
Yeah.
So, also you've got Anakin Skywalker, the only human who can drive a pod racer in the galaxy, apparently. Anakin was pretty incredible, but Anakin went through the most training.
Yeah.
Luke and Rey, really didn't have much at all. But what I did
In that, as a rebuttal,
yeah,
I suppose, Anakin, we're told, has a really, really high midichlorian count, higher than Yoda, which could
20,000.
yes, exactly, which could be an explanation to why he's so good. Okay.
Well, that's why we're thinking hopefully Rey.
Well, yeah, exactly. Yeah. So far, people are saying Mary Sue because there's no explanation.
Yeah.
And I think that's the only reason. It's like we need a tangible explanation to why she's awesome with the Force, and she's not had any training.
Well,
basically,
2
lessons.
Yeah. Oh yeah, it's meant to be 3.
Yeah.
He says 3 lessons, and then the 3rd lesson was cut.
Yeah.
I love the 3rd lesson. That should have been in there.
It should have been.
So fast.
Yeah.
Have you seen that? Oh, so yeah.
The fish people.
Yeah, the fish people. It looks like they're being attacked from far away, and Luke says to Rey, "You know what a true Jedi Knight would do right now? Nothing. You got to leave them to it." And then Rey says, "We have to help them," and he says, "No, because those angry people will come back in greater numbers and they'll wipe them all out." But Rey just jumps down and legs it, and it's the one. It's the
that's her running with the lightsaber.
That's right, from the teaser, and then she gets there, and it's all the what are they called? The island natives, the fish people.
Yeah.
They
I don't remember the names.
they're all just like partying and stuff, and they stop. And Rey like smashes through like, yeah, I'm a Jedi with my lightsaber, and then she wiggles it and they love it, and then Rey like goes to Luke and says, why did you let me do that? And she goes, I'm sorry, you just ran so fast. I think it's a great scene. That should have stayed in.
Yeah.
And that for me, she says something along the lines of the idea of Luke Skywalker that you hate so much, and then Luke says that's what the Resistance needs, not some old has-been or something like that. And I was like, that should have been in the movie.
Yeah.
That kind of explains.
Wouldn't you rather have had that and him reacting to Han Solo's death than the green milk bullshit?
I will defend Ryan Johnson, but that I cannot defend. When I saw that deleted scene, he said pacing issues. I'm like, don't give me all that Canto Bite and talk about pacing issues.
Yes, exactly.
Could've got half of that crap.
That's the thing I do. I don't like I don't think it's flawless, but I do enjoy that movie. But I think everybody said this, even people who like it. I could do without Canto Bite.
Yeah.
Really could.
Yeah.
Canto shite.
Yeah. Canto short.
Yeah.
Right. So so we've got Force Awakens, Last Jedi, Rogue One. Did I cry at Rogue One?
Yeah, you.
I
Did you
You
ball?
absolutely loved it.
Yeah, I loved Rogue One. What do you think I beefed at?
You beefed at.
Cried.
Vader's first appearance.
Not his first appearance.
No, the walking down the ramp.
That didn't make me cry. That just gave me geeky goosebumps.
Was it the final?
Literally, when the lightsaber went on, I was tearing up.
Yeah.
He just started cutting them down, and I was just like, I couldn't see what was happening for tears.
Really?
It's like Gareth Edwards went into my the recesses of my mind and thought, what do I want to see Vader do? I've been waiting so many years to see him do something like that.
Yeah.
It's all over in like a minute.
Have you seen Star Wars Theory's Vader film?
What's that? Oh yes, I have.
Yeah.
That's going a bit too far for me.
Is it?
Yeah.
Okay.
All the stopping all the blasters and doing a Matrix. I thought it was a bit too much.
Although that was a dream scene.
It was. Yeah, that's true. And the whole choking Palpatine, a little bit strange. I'm really looking forward to the next one. Though.
Yeah.
I think they've done a great job, but I just think they went a bit. They should have saved all that Vader power for maybe later on.
Yeah.
I wouldn't do that straight away. A bit like Rogue One, just do it at the end.
Mm.
But yeah, Rogue One, it ticked all the buttons for me. It was like it was seeing the original trilogy in really mint high def again.
Yeah.
Like the I'm a Star Destroyer fan as well.
Yeah, the ships look pawn in it, don't they? Really.
It's stunning.
Yeah.
The first shot when you hear that that when has become now Q, where there's just a shadow, you see a TIE fighter go past, and the Star Destroyer comes out of the shadow of the star. I'm just getting goosebumps just thinking about it.
It is awesome. It is.
Beautiful
it's great. It's such a good movie.
Rogue One,
Tarkin.
Oh yeah.
That was pretty flawless
Yeah.
as well, really, to be fair.
I mean, you do think there's something wrong there. You know there's something wrong, but I can't put my finger on which part of his face is doing it to me. It's usually
Uncanny Valley,
CG,
innit?
it's the lighting.
Yeah.
That's one of the hardest things. Light on skin apparently is very hard to emulate, but for me, they did an amazing job on Tarkin.
Yeah.
Oh, it's
I
amazing,
couldn't believe it when he
Yeah.
spun round.
I know.
What you see him in the trailer, actually,
Like the reflection of him in the window.
but I can't remember seeing. I think you do know in the trailer that it's Tarkin because of the reflection, but I think they toned the reflection down for the trailer, so you couldn't quite tell.
Okay.
But you can tell from the back of his head.
Yeah.
Tarkin is. But when he spun round, I was like, oh wow, that looks amazing.
Yeah, yeah.
It's like Peter Cushing's still with us.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was mental.
His family were really on board for it as well.
Yeah.
I remember reading about that. I was like, that's nice. So yeah, Rogue One. I can watch that over and over, and I love the slow burning aspect of it. I love slow burning films now in the age of Transformers, where it's just like beating over the head.
Yeah,
with
yeah.
stick.
Like I say, it's kind of like a western.
Yes.
The slow burn, like the slow pace of it's like the old style of movie, isn't it? Really.
It's very
You know.
dreary as well. It starts off dreary and it ends dreary.
Yeah.
For sure.
I think a lot of people would. Maybe that's why some people didn't like it,
Mm.
but I think it's brilliant.
Did you read the book, the prequel book?
No, I didn't.
Yeah.
Oh, I got a little bit of a breakdown of it where Galen Erso started developing weapons in the Clone Wars, and Director Krennic was like his buddy.
Yeah,
his friend.
they're good friends.
They're very good friends, yeah.
Yeah.
So he knows about Lyra,
Mm-hmm.
who ends up dying at the beginning of Rogue
Sure.
One. Yeah, that would have been nice to have a prologue of, because it would have give, I think, Mads Mikkelsen more of a character.
Yeah.
And I would have felt a little bit more when he died.
Yeah.
I was very disappointed when he died. It's a very underused actor.
Yeah.
He's
Yeah.
amazing.
I suppose that's what made the difference for me, because I read the book before I saw the film,
Yeah, good.
so
yeah.
it gave me a bit of an insight to these characters before I went into the cinema. So yeah.
I love Mads.
I've heard some of other people say that the book is
enhanced it, you know.
Yeah. It's a bit like how we were talking about The Force Awakens. The road to The Force Awakens was actually better than The Force Awakens, or made it better.
Right.
What's next? So
Revenge.
now we're in the prequels. So it's kind of reverse release order of the prequels for me. Revenge of the Sith.
Yeah, totally.
Mm.
We've talked about this. The strongest of the prequels. I am a huge Emperor Palpatine fan, and his is a lot of
He
lot of Palpatine.
becomes Palps
Yeah.
properly.
I love that so much. I was so happy to see that he's the one who defeats Mace Windu. I think Windu deserved a formidable opponent.
Mm-hmm.
Like Jango Fett tried it in Attack of the Clones, and Sam Jackson just cuts his head off
Yeah.
very quickly. So Attack of the Clones, not. I think again, it's not just me. A lot of people have said it doesn't age very well.
And that's down to the digital.
Yeah, and
Way it's
again,
filmed.
this, I toyed with this one, the Attack of the Clones and the Phantom Menace, like switching them. And the thing is, when Attack of the Clones came out, I remember liking that more instantly than I liked the Phantom Menace.
I was the same as well.
Yeah, I loved them, and the Attack of the Clones. If anything, of the six, the Lucas six, the Phantom Menace is. If there was any odd one out, it's the Phantom Menace. It's so far away from everything else. I think that's why I've put it. For me, Attack of the Clones and Phantom Menace are joint.
Right.
But I had to put Attack of the Clones up there because of how much I loved it when it came out. I can still watch it now and enjoy it, like Matt was saying. But yeah, that one was a difficult one, because one day I will. Like today, I'm probably thinking Phantom Menace should be above Attack of the Clones.
Yeah.
Because we start remembering about the pod race and stuff. But
Yeah.
they're definitely equals. And then, yeah, at the end, which is... So me and Paddy have got Solo at the bottom. However, I actually liked Solo. I think it's... When I was watching Solo, I think I like what... I can't remember what you said about it, Matt, but you said it wasn't really like Star Wars. It was the most out there.
Well, what I meant by that was I can take it or leave it. It's one of
Okay.
those. It doesn't really matter to me as a Star Wars package. As the whole package,
yeah.
it's an outsider. I can watch it as background, if you like.
Sure. Well,
You know,
with Solo, I went into it. I wanted it. Watching the trailers, I was like, it's like I've picked up a dark graphic novel of Star Wars. It's
She
just
really wanted me to like.
It's just a little story.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
like something you see in a graphic novel.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
they made it into a film.
Yeah.
I do think they did a good job. I do think it could have been a lot better.
Yeah.
But I don't know how you can make it better. And something me and Paddy completely disagree on.
Casting script. Anyway, go on.
I think I really like Alden Ehrenreich.
Yeah.
I
Oh,
think
he's a great actor.
He's a great actor, and I don't think you're seeing him at his best in
No.
Solo.
No, I don't think
you are. I think.
Like I
You said this before, haven't you? That he's.
think he's a
very
great
good.
actor, but
Yeah.
in that
Hmm.
No.
There were rumours.
could well be that he kind of wasn't as good second time round. Maybe
Yeah.
Oh, maybe.
he was maybe best first time round, and then it's just like I've done all this shit before.
Yeah.
Could be, yeah.
So it kind of hangs around and
Well, I
looks a bit
remember
bored.
the scene that I think angered you the most was quite early on in the Imperial recruitment part. Is where that Imperial officer. I remember you turned to me straight away. I think you shouted out "F off." Straight. We were in the IMAX back row, and you went Han Solo. You just went straight away, and he turned to me, and I couldn't really hear you because then it cuts to that battle 3 years later.
Right.
And something I don't like about Solo is the score is distractingly quiet. Do you know that scene where you see Han in the battle?
Hmm.
It's like, Solo, come on, we're going. That bit. There's a massive Imperial March statement there.
All right.
No one knows it's there.
Too
Mixed
quiet.
too low. I'm like, why have you mixed the music too low? I think also the Corellia chase at the beginning, which I know you actually liked. The chase bit is pretty cool.
Yeah, yeah,
at the
yeah.
beginning. There's a beautiful piece of music by John Powell, which he incorporates the Williams piece called Corellia Chase. You can barely hear it. But the thing is, when film music is too quiet, it's distracting.
Hmm.
When it's too loud, it's distracting. There's a perfect balance, and they didn't get it right on Solo in any way, shape, or form.
All right.
Really
Hmm.
bad.
That'd
It
be a
is.
big part of it. Yeah.
That's nothing to do with the composer. I think the music's very good,
No, I thought the music was good too.
but it's mixed. I mean, Paddy's not going to revisit it again, but if you see it again, you'll be like, I know
You're
what
sort
you
of
mean.
straining to try and hear it
Yeah,
as
it's
you're
very
watching it.
doubtful.
So it's yeah.
Like I
It's,
said, I teach this at Leeds College of Music, and I was showing the students Solo. It's like even on these huge scale movies, they get it wrong.
yeah.
But for me, it's like Star Wars is so iconic, the music, and Powell used that. Why have you turned it down?
Hmm. Hmm.
All I can think is, because for me, sometimes the music is always usually the last thing on a project, and it can be something that can save your film. That's what Lucas and Spielberg says. John, go save my movie.
Yeah.
So that's
Right.
the
Yeah.
last thing. It's the last artistic input into a movie.
Yeah.
You could argue it's the mix of everything together, but in terms of creative input, it's the score. Now the score, if they weren't, nobody wanted this film. It was all over the internet, wasn't it, before it came out?
Yeah, sure.
It was already hated before it came out. This film.
Yeah.
I thought they're really going to rev that score up, and every cue's going to be.
Yeah, yeah.
But it was quiet.
Hmm. Hmm.
Very surprised. Maybe they believed in the film more than I thought they would. But again, mistreated the music completely.
Yeah. Which
So
is a shame.
Solo is at the bottom in my score ranking and film.
There you go.
Can't argue with that.
And something that I didn't even think about until you two said it as well is, why is Darth Maul turning his lightsaber on to remind us that
Yeah.
he is?
Yeah.
And why is that? Also,
Stupid.
this nobody said this, but I imagine Dryden Voss has got a fancy hologram, but in the original trilogy and the prequels, you wouldn't have been able to tell that was a red lightsaber.
No, that's right.
No.
But maybe Dryden Voss has got a fancy hologram, so I can
Yeah,
accept
colorized.
that.
Yeah.
But it's like that's just a plot device to get a red lightsaber in there.
Yeah.
For me, the music would have been enough.
Yeah.
Because you do
His
hear
face with the big horns on it would probably have been
Give it away.
That's
Yeah.
enough.
Yeah.
for people who aren't thick.
Yeah. So I don't know if you know this. I've told Paddy this. The Phantom Menace, Darth Maul was voiced by Peter
Serafinowicz.
Yes, Serafinowicz, and he actually recorded all the dialogue for Solo.
Oh yeah, this
Oh,
is
did he?
mental.
That's
Alright.
yeah.
Forgot about this.
He did all the dialogue for Solo, and then at last minute they asked Sam Witwer to do
Sam. Yeah. Yeah.
So
Right.
it was
Because
more
he does. Sam does the.
Rebels and Clone Wars.
Yeah.
So it was in keeping with that. So when I saw the movie, I think I turned to you before the reveal and said Maul.
Yeah.
And I recognised Sam Witwer's Darth Maul voice. But yeah, they actually did Peter Serafinowicz voice, and then they cut it. And he, to this day, I think somebody asked him, said, "Have you seen the movie then?" He went, "No."
Not interested.
No.
Yeah.
Because they didn't tell him, did they? Like,
They
did
didn't tell
he
him.
take the family to go and see a screening or
That's
something?
right, yeah.
And didn't know, and then found out then.
Oh, God, they do that a lot, don't they? Yeah.
Which is really shitty.
Didn't they do something similar with who was it? Probably Dave Prowse or something. I don't know.
Oh, with Darth Vader.
Yeah.
Yeah, Dave on set on A New Hope. Sorry, Star Wars. Keep calling it A New Hope.
Yeah.
In 77, 76, when they're filming it, he kept saying to Lucas, "What are you going to do about my voice? It's all muffled. It's not good for reproduction purposes." And then Lucas was like, "Well, don't worry about it."
Yeah.
Like he does.
Yeah.
We'll sort it. And then
We'll do it in ADR.
Dave's actually changed his story on this.
Okay.
And he said they all zipped back to America to edit and do the special effects, the score, etc. A rush to get the film out for May, 25th of May. And at this point, he said, "I was going to be the voice, but because I wasn't in America, they used somebody else."
No.
I don't think that's the case at all.
No.
And I think James Earl Jones says that Lucas wanted a darker voice for his Darth Vader, and he didn't mean in terms of ethnicity. He meant timbre, very low. And the rumour that
And not a West Country accent, probably. Yeah.
So James Earl Jones says that the rumour is that Lucas thought of Orson Welles to be Darth Vader.
Oh, right,
Okay.
yeah.
Orson's voice would be too recognisable.
Yeah.
So he went with, I don't even know this, James Earl Jones is a massive stutterer.
Okay.
He was,
No, I did not know
mute
that.
Oh,
for
yeah,
many
yeah,
years
yeah,
in his
yeah, that's
youth.
right, yeah.
For someone who's known for his voice,
Yeah.
Yeah.
power. I mean, it's one of the hardest. I've not heard many people impersonate James Earl
It's
Jones.
very hard.
Very difficult. Yeah.
That's why he was perfect.
Yeah. Even in the video games and everything, like you just don't get it right, do they?
No.
No,
You know.
there's some who do okay.
Get
and it's
close, but yeah.
It works with the filters and the reverb and stuff, but it's. I remember when in season 2 of Rebels, they actually got James Earl
Yeah,
Jones,
that's right.
and
Yeah.
it sounds fantastic.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's just Darth Vader.
Yeah.
I think the impersonators compensate and go too low,
Yeah.
and then they put too much muffle on his voice.
Mm.
It's all compensation for the fact that they don't
That
sound
they're
like
not
James.
James Earl Jones.
Yeah.
My friend, one of my other mates, was saying they should just get James Earl Jones to recite the alphabet and loads of different words.
That was me.
Yeah.
Was it you?
I said they need to just record him saying everything.
Yeah,
so that,
every word.
Yeah.
Just go for the dictionary.
so that they can do Vader forever.
Yeah.
And 3 variations of every word.
Yeah,
Like soft.
like that thing we were talking about with the drums. You know,
Yeah, samples.
where they
Yeah.
recorded everyone's
Mm.
kits at different, you know.
Like a huge Vader, what do they call them, soundboard.
They need to, yeah, the ultimate Vader soundboard. They just need to get him to do it.
Yeah. So that's my list.
Well.
There you have it, folks.
That's our lists.
So let us know what your lists are.
Yep.
And,
In
My
the
list will probably
comments.
change next week.
in the comments, like and comment. Yeah, we're going to change our minds.
Yeah. I've already changed mine. Put Phantom Menace
Yeah,
on
yeah.
clothes.
So let us know what you think, and we'll catch you next time.